I'm ready to go.
Yes.
All right. So, Josh, what is your full name?
My full name is Joshua Tyler Waite.
And so your middle name is Tyler. Do you like your middle name?
I do like my middle name actually. And that's actually why I dropped my last name on Facebook, and other social media things. I like the sound of like Joshua Tyler. I think it sounds like super professional. And also like in a weird, probably quirky, weird way. But I thought it sounded a little bit royal, almost like Joshua Tyler. I don't know.
Joshua
It
Tyler.
just kind of like rolls off the tongue.
Oh, that's nice.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a very small city outside of Jackson, Mississippi, called Pearl. Pearl, Mississippi is where I grew up.
Cool. And where do you live now?
Right now, I live at the bottom of Indiana. I think it's the west side. It's close to Kentucky, but it's the city of Evansville, Indiana.
Awesome. Okay. Is this your first season with Pride?
This is my first season with Pride. Yes, yes, very exciting, but yes, first.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I definitely like baking. I'm a huge Pinterest guru, love some Pinterest or like some home interior design or renovation projects. As far as like outside ideas, I do love like hiking and like going to see like landscape, mountains and waterfall and national park type of stuff. So yeah.
What's your favorite? I'm going off script here. What's your favorite national park or state park?
So this is probably bad. I really don't know the name of it, but there is one in here. Well, one a state over in Illinois, in the city of Harrisburg that I do like going to. There's never a lot of people around. They actually have this huge like swimming pond type of lake thing you can jump into off the rocks, and it's actually different colored. Yeah, so it's just nice. Like it's just nice to go, and it's about a 2-hour drive from here. But it's nice to just go and get away and breathe in some fresh air. So
Yeah, I hear you. Let's see. Oh, why do you want to march Pride? Why are you marching Pride?
I think for me, I mean, as we all are, we're a little bit older. I'm obviously teaching groups, and for me, this was kind of like the perfect time to step back and kind of take myself back to the basics from like an educational standpoint, and really just kind of see what the activity is now versus what it was, 4 or 5 years ago. And then ultimately really just gain more insights, musicality of a phrase. Obviously, like I'm doing my own design and choreographic stuff. And so I really wanted to just kind of step back and just kind of see what's current, see how people are looking at a piece of equipment or different ways to, pick up a musical note or something, and ultimately bring that back to my own groups as well as, my high school students. So it was more of an educational standpoint for me.
Do you have a favorite Pride show, and then what is it and why?
Okay. I have a couple, but I guess if I would say like my top number one Pride show would probably be 2010 Summer of Love. Um, Obviously, like they were doing some interactive stuff with the audience, before and after. But just from like a timeline perspective, like it was something so cool and almost so rich during that time. Like no one was doing stuff like that. And then just from the member perspective, you know, they really sold the show. They took you to a certain time and place in history, and there were multiple history events, kind of discussed or portrayed in that show. And the cast just did such a good job, and then choreographic ideas were awesome as well. It just makes you feel good and just kind of, I don't know, it takes you back to what I kind of remember Color Guard was growing up, and just how it looked and how it made me feel watching like that show really does make you feel something. I think that was why it was so important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So if you could meet any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Ooh, okay. I don't know if they're necessarily a historical figure, but if I could go back and meet someone, it'd probably be Robin Williams. I think he's a phenomenal like comedian actor, And then just as that Pride show, like, kind of make you felt something, like, honestly, like, Robin Williams, like, whatever he was doing, you know, acting, stand-up, philanthropist, I guess, stuff ideas, you know, he always made you felt something. And I think from, again, going back to, like, an educational standpoint, we as performers can learn so much of how to portray and how to just really give people, you know, what we're wanting to portray and how we're wanting the audience to feel. You know, and sometimes he didn't even have to say much, and you were there with him. You felt it. It was really cool. So Robin Williams, yeah.
Cool.
What is your favorite app on your phone?
So I'm gonna go like logistical here. I think the Cash App's probably the best app so far. Sometimes I pay my rent that way. Obviously, like me and my boyfriend or whoever friends, like we switch, you know, we give people money all the time, and I just think it's very nice for logistics. So I'd say the Cash App.
It's pragmatic.
Yes, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, what emoji do you use the most?
Ooh, okay, so I have like 3 choices. My top 3 would probably be the yellow heart emoji. And I actually typically put that one with the yellow and the blue heart. I do those 3 hearts a lot. And then I guess the second one would be, I think it's the yellow smiley face with like the little bitty hearts on their face. Yeah, those are probably my top 3.
What's the significance of the yellow heart?
For me, that one, you know, it kind of resembles, like, for me at least, like, it's someone caring, but not like in the, you know, romantic type of way. It's a very like friendly, kind, passionate idea. And then the red, blue, and yellow, I don't know, they always go together, I feel.
Cool.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Oh, okay. Hidden talents. Well, I don't know if it was talent, but I used to play soccer growing up, so I'm actually pretty good at soccer still. And then I have an associate's degree in instrumental music education. I actually played the tuba and the piano, so I'm pretty good at those things still. So those are, I probably from a musical perspective, tuba and piano would probably like my hidden talents, I guess.
And what are you most proud of?
If I could say what I'm most proud of, you know, honestly, just waking up every day. You know, everyone I think has their own inner struggles with, you know, anxiety, depression, relationships. But, you know, some of the stuff could be a lot smaller, like financially or friendships, or, you know, maybe it's something to do with eating. And you kind of just never know. And so for me, like, I'm just proud that for me as a 28-year-old, I've learned to kind of now, it's taken me a little bit long to get there, but now I'm just, I love what I'm teaching. I love who I'm teaching. I like waking up every day and I'm thankful. I try to start every morning as thankful as possible because I know those things can be taken away or people can be gone really quickly. So the older I get, I'm finding those smaller moments a lot more meaningful, especially now during COVID. I mean, come on. We're all feeling that in a weird way. So,
Yeah.
If animals could talk, which would be the rudest?
okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling like the chimpanzee. The chimpanzee, it looks like he'd be really mean and he has like an attitude. Like I'm just imagining them like freaking throwing a banana at someone or like doing the spit thing that you see on TV that they do. I don't know. I just never liked them as a child. In the movies, they still kind of scare me a little bit. So the chimpanzee, man.
Okay, I've got a controversial question for you, Josh.
Okay.
Is cereal soup?
I would think cereal is a soup, in my opinion. Granted, it's not hot, but cereal or soup doesn't have to be hot or cold, I suppose. So I'm gonna say it has a liquid, and you are supposed to eat it with a spoon. So I'm gonna call it a soup.
For sure.
Is hot dog a sandwich?
Ooh, hot dog. Yes. I mean, if we're gonna think about sandwiches being meat or some type of product between 2 pieces of bread with maybe a sauce idea, I would say a hot dog is a sandwich. Yes.
And then how do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
So I actually already love pineapple on pizza. I like Hawaiian pizza. I like not Italian peppers, the peppercini peppers with pineapple on pizza. So I'm all up for sweet and spicy in my life. So, yeah.
Awesome. All right, you passed.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome. Okay.
All right, friends. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Luke, do you want to start? You want me to start?
I'll start. So, what's your full name?
Rebecca Ann Bercich.
And how do you feel about your middle name?
I feel good about it. It's my mom's name. It's Ann with an E.
Just a little clarification there.
Yeah, it's more dignified that way.
I love it. Okay, where did you grow up / where do you live now?
Yeah, so I grew up in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, and now I live just a little north of Josh. I live in Terre Haute, Indiana. It's on the west side of Indiana.
Shut up! I didn't know we lived close.
I know. I think we have some mutual friends too, like Larissa Eitenaier.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. Right on. Oh my God. Okay. I can't wait. Okay.
I know it was all I could do to not interrupt you and be like, oh my gosh, tangent. But no, I know we're on a timeline. So.
Is this your first season with Pride?
It is. Yes.
Yay.
Get it? Okay. What do you like to do in your spare time?
I love to do yoga. I also like to hike. And I like to build things, all kinds of things. I love electronics. And right now I'm making an ottoman. So
Oh, yes. Okay.
yeah, just creating things.
Nice. Why did you want to march Pride?
I think I've just always wanted to do it. For so many years, they've created these incredible productions, these tapestries that make audiences feel something very deeply and feel a variety of things. And I'm no exception to that. Like I've watched so many of their productions and I've felt something, right? So wanting to be part of that tapestry. And then I think uniquely right now, when we're all feeling so isolated, this seemed like such a wonderful time to get connected with our activity and really talented performers and educators in that activity. So some of it was just timing, and also, being 32, I was like, it's either now or never. At some point it won't even be physically an option anymore. So.
Literally, I feel that on the old perspective. My knees are on my knees. Okay. Do you have a favorite Pride show, and what is it and why?
I do. It was hard to choose, so I will say two. I love Everybody Hurts from 2005. It's nostalgic for me because that was the first time I saw them live. It was at I don't even think they have Power Regionals anymore, but this was a Power Regional in 2005. So Everybody Hurts. And then I also really love Both Sides Now from 2002. When I was trying to think of my favorite show, I was like, I haven't watched that in forever. So I actually watched it today. It's only available in like 240 pixels. You have to use your imagination to fill in the blanks. But I had it on VHS, if you can believe it. I had a recording of that on VHS.
If you could meet any historical figure, who would it be?
So I'm thinking I would like to meet Alexander Hamilton, just so that I could show him the musical Hamilton and watch his reaction. I want him to be like, that's exactly how it happened.
Yes, Hamilton is so good.
It is so good.
What's your favorite app on your phone?
Yeah, I love my podcast app. I love podcasts. So if like one of them, if one of my apps went missing one day, I'd be heartbroken if it was that one. But I like Snapchat too. Snapchat and Reddit.
Do you have any hidden talents?
So yeah, I can sing the Periodic Table of Elements song by Tom Lear. It's a useless talent. I memorized it in 8th grade for extra credit. And you know how when you're younger and you memorize something, it's in your head forever, but you can't remember the name of the person you met yesterday now. So it's one of those things that I wish I could recuperate that memory and use it for something more useful. But to this day, I can still sing the Periodic Table of Elements.
Right on, right on. What is your most used emoji on your phone or smart tablet?
Yeah, I think that's the thumbs up emoji. It's universal, right? It's like, yeah, I agree, or good for you, or I hear you, or yeah, message received. It works for everything. So just thumbs up everywhere.
What are you most proud of?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I'm most proud of growing into a very empathetic person. I've always had a lot of empathy, but I think like if I were to ever have a child, I would want them to be kind more than anything else, right? And so I like that I care about other people. I would want my children to be that way too.
Totally. If animals could talk, what would be the rudest in your opinion?
Okay, I think a kangaroo would be the rudest because they can't talk anyway and they're already very rude. Like I feel like if kangaroos had the gift of speech, they would have a Brooklyn accent and they would always be gunning for a fight. I don't know if that's just because they're portrayed in cartoons with like boxing gloves all the time, or because I saw a video once of a guy who had to punch a kangaroo and the kangaroo was really like confrontational. It might be that, but I think it's a kangaroo. I think they're already very rude.
Is cereal a soup?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Josh here. I think it comes in a bowl and you eat it with a spoon. And yeah, it's not hot like a lot of soup, but like gazpacho is cold, right? So it checks all the boxes. I'm gonna say cereal's a soup.
Right, right. Okay. Is hot dog a sandwich? Why or why not?
I've thought about this over the years, and my answer has changed. But I think I've landed on. I think I've come to a steady state on this. I'm gonna say that if calling a hot dog a sandwich makes you feel happy and fulfilled, then you should call it a sandwich. Yeah. But yeah. So anything can be anything if it makes you happy.
How do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, I have both put pineapple on pizza and enjoyed pineapple on pizza. So yes,
Okay.
pineapple on pizza.
We're going 2 for 2. That makes me feel.
Yeah, the sweet and salty. That's a go for me.
All right, Luke, you ready?
Yes.
Rebecca, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Sure. All right. So Luke, what is your full name?
Lucas Robert Oglesby.
Robert. How do you feel about your middle name?
I mean, indifferent. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I was named after my grandfather, so it has a special meaning to it. So yeah, I mean, it's good. It's there.
Okay. Where did you grow up and where do you live now?
So I grew up in Newport, North Carolina, and I now live in Clayton, North Carolina.
And then, is this your first season with Pride?
It is my first season with Pride.
Yeah. Okay. What do you like to do in your spare time?
I enjoy being outside, so I like running, going on hikes. I enjoy puzzles, so I enjoy putting up just normal puzzles. I enjoy Legos. So that's kind of what I do in my spare time.
Cool. And then, why are you marching Pride?
Gosh, very similar to what both y'all said. I mean, I've been marching for a long time. Old here, and Pride's just literally always been someone that I've always enjoyed. No matter what their show was, it was always something that I could sit and watch. And so, just besides the fact of just how amazingly inspiring they are, it was also on the educational aspect of it. I'm starting to really push being an educator as well, and wanted to learn as much as I possibly can to provide the best education to my kids. And so it was kind of like, it was both like super excited that I get a march on a group that I always looked up to, while also learning probably, in my opinion, some of the best educational qualities.
Yes, yes. Okay, so speaking of sitting and watching some Pride shows, what's your favorite one and why?
Well, I loved Summer of Love 2010. That was, and seeing it in person was just amazing. But another one I also really enjoyed was Preaching to the Choir. And I think mostly because just the moments in that show were so effective, but the message in that show was even more enjoyable to like learn and listen. And then on top of the guard was just ridiculous, talented. Oh my gosh! But it was just like all of these like awesome aspects in like one show. So that was a great one.
If you could meet any historical figure, who would you meet?
I had to think about this one a little bit. So I hope I say her name right. Bea Arthur. She played Dorothy on Golden Girls, and I mean, on top of like loving watching her, she just has that dry sense of humor as an actress, but learning about her as a person, she was super progressive for her for that time. She was very she was a super big like homosexual supporter, and like she was a big kind of gay icon at the time. But she was just a very progressive person at that time, and so and on top of it, a hilarious actress. So I would love to just if I could sit and talk with her, that'd be awesome.
What is your favorite app on your phone?
Probably the Amazon app, especially
Oh,
recently. I'm always buying something. So yeah, I'm always like on there just scrolling, trying probably buying something I shouldn't buy, but
Let's see. Do you have any hidden talents, Luke?
um I played a lot of sports growing up. So I mean I would say like if there is a sport I probably can catch on quickly to it. I played soccer, basketball, I love playing tennis. So I'll do enjoy, you know, any kind of sport. Um So yeah, and then puzzles. I put
gotcha.
together probably like 8 puzzles so far in quarantine. So
What is your most used emoji on your phone?
I think I have two. One is just like the blushing smiley, just like I think that's what it is, with little like red cheeks, and it's just kind of a simple smile. Or the side eye one. I always like to get just the one that actually just like looking
Oh.
at the side all the
Those will go a long way. That covers a lot of ground.
time.
So what are you most proud of?
Um, I think I'm most proud of that I was able and privileged enough to get 2 degrees in my profession, and so I'm super proud that I went forward and got my undergrad in teaching, then went forward and got my master's, and planning on going further. Hopefully, one day getting a doctorate. That's probably what I'm most proud of today is that I've been able to get 2 degrees.
Good for you.
Wow, that's awesome. If animals could talk, which one would be the rudest in your opinion?
Y'all's were so good. I thought I was like, well, a cat, but like,
Okay, I thought of a cat earlier today, though, not gonna lie.
because they're sweet, but at the same time, when they're sweet, they're also probably thinking something different, and so you never know what they're thinking. So you never know what you're gonna get. So that's the first thing that popped in my head was like, oh, a cat.
All right, so what's the verdict on cereal? Is it soup?
Yeah, I would consider cereal soup. I mean, it's in a bowl, you got a spoon. I mean, yeah, cereal can be cold, of course. I would put it in the soup family. Yeah.
Okay. Next one is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes. I mean, like I've used sandwich, like kind of you pick it up with your hands, you pick up a hot dog with your hands, and you know, you can put all kinds of stuff in a sandwich. You can put all kinds of stuff in a hot dog. So I put it in a sandwich.
And then pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
I'm gonna say no, but only because I'm a super basic pizza person. I'm like cheese and pepperoni, maybe some sausage, but so I'm not very adventurous when it comes to the pizza land. So that's probably the only reason why.
That's okay. We can all still be friends.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, there is a time and a place for just like a perfect greasy pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna turn that away.